Welcome to Uncle Taylor's Unchained universe. Strap in for some content palooza.
Hey everybody, welcome to Uncle Taylor's Unchained Universe. I'm your host, Uncle Taylor. It is Sunday, the 21st of August, 7:48 p.m. Australian Eastern fucking Standard Time. We're not daylight savings time yet. I can't wait to sit in my bedroom and swelter on a fucking 2 a.m. in the morning at 36 degrees because it's fucking summer. Anyway, enough about my mortal first world problems. Got Uncle Jacko with us this evening. Jacko, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. How are we?
Good, mate. We got Uncle Jesse somewhere. We're just waiting for his dial-up internet to kick off, and then hopefully once he passes through the pleasure dome, he will be able to join us. He's having technology issues in 2022, but that's life. That's okay. So he's going to probably join mid pod. We've given him the advice, and let's see if he follows it. So, nonetheless, we're here, we're queer, and we're ready to party. And queer can also be used as a word that means good, happy, joyful. Unless you don't want to use it, you can't say it, and then I'm just bisexual. Anyway, it's good to have you here. Busy week, especially in politics. I saw, we'll get the politics out of the way while Jesse's not here, so Jackson can have his 30 seconds of shame and the little shame cone. Before we do that, I just want to quickly address we had an issue last week with the audio, and I'm not sure exactly what has gone wrong. We've checked over our tapes. Everything seems okay. I can't give you a full answer on what the fuck has happened, but we do appreciate all feedback we got. I'm going to try and make sure we've improved for the future on this one. With that said, I'm going to talk about podcasts and podcasts with politicians, i.e., politicians that want to be on a podcast. Jackson, tell us, mate. So tell me, what can you talk about this week? And you've got 2 minutes. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to set the timer because I like to keep it 2 minutes because this is the only part of the 45 minutes or 50 minutes that you actually talk. So let's set it up the right way here. We'll start with Beetlejuice. 2 minutes is on the clock. And your time begins now.
So, over the last couple of weeks, we've heard in the news about Scott Morrison, our former Prime Minister's scandals involving that he's taken on during COVID. It was discovered he'd taken on certain portfolios. So, he took over as Minister for Health, Minister for Home Affairs, the Resources Minister, among myriad of others. I think he was also taking over as the treasurer as well, and finance. So it was a few, and it was very unprecedented for this to happen, where a prime minister has taken over. Because the reason behind it is that certain ministers have powers that not even the prime minister have. So, for example, the resources minister, for example, would have power to decide over, for example, the PEP 11 project that was over the New South Wales Central Coast, just offshore that from there. So they would have the power to say whether or not they're extending the lease, whether or not they're cancelling the project, and what we're doing. The Prime Minister doesn't have those responsibilities. So during COVID, he went to the Governor General and got a special permission to take over those roles, essentially, without letting his ministers know, which was interesting. But the funniest thing was he had a interview with Kiss FM radio station over the last fortnight. I can't exactly remember what day I heard it. But I was listening in and I thought it was quite funny because he backpedaled partway through. So he was talking about how it was totally normal. He said, I didn't use any powers that were given to me by taking over those ministerial arrangements. He said, I didn't use a single power. And then probably about 5 minutes into that, he turned around and said,
"That's your two up. No more.
I'm finishing this last bit."
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I've got
That's
a
your 2 minutes.
sentence.
I've already put off more, so that's it. You're done. You're done.
I've finished this last sentence, and that's it. But he backpedaled on it and turned around and said, the only power I used was on the PEP 11 project to stop the lease or to not renew the lease. That was the only power I used. But 5 minutes beforehand, he was saying he didn't use any powers. So I found that a bit interesting, but I'll leave that for this week.
Thank you so much for leaving it for this week. I think to Al Raymond's point, who listens to the podcast, ScoMo is the best because he did 5 jobs at once. I don't see Albanese doing that. So that's a good thing. So we're very happy about that. So Jesse's dead. It sounds like he's dead well and truly. Rest in peace, Jesse. He might not be able to make it this evening. So this podcast is going to be one of two things, listeners. It's going to be really entertaining, and we're going to talk a hell of a lot, or it's going to be one of the worst we've done because Jacko doesn't watch any fucking sport whatsoever. So let's see. Let's kick it straight off into the sports section. Kick it off like a dead leopard's head. Actually, I was going to save this when Jesse's here because I'm going to fucking surprise him and you. I'm feeling a little bit sick tonight. I've been sick the last 2 weeks. Arguably the last 2 weeks I've been pretty crook. So I've decided I'm going to take a minor step back this evening, and I'm going to let Jackson run the podcast tonight.
Oh God.
He's because the one bit of advice and feedback I get 24/7 is that Jackson does not contribute to the podcast. So I'm going to flip the script, and I want Jackson to talk because this is Jackson's big time here, kids. This is Jackson's big break on life. His lease from the shackled up chains of politics is off. So he can at least, Dobby, the free elf, can talk about other topics. So, Jackson, it is your full reign. It is Uncle Jackson's cuckold fuckfest or something like that. We'll think of a better name. So tell me, host.
All right, so back on to politics.
No, fuck that. I don't have my name attached to that. So host, what are you choosing?
I think we may have a wild Jesse in the chat, or in the waiting room, I should say.
Get him in.
I've hit join. I'm waiting to see if it pops up and he comes in. But in the meantime, I've been having a look at.
Here he is. Finally, he's not dead. Hallelujah. He's alive. The child prophet, the prodigy, the man, the myth, the legend. Uncle Jesse, welcome.
So he's unmuted. He's on mute for some reason.
That's very good to hear, Jesse. Glad to hear it, mate. Well, you can't hear him?
I can't hear him.
I can hear him.
There you go.
Clear. There he is.
Fucking ton of a thing. I want to fucking kill someone. Oh, bro, you have no idea the fucking blow-ups. I just went, fucking.
Uncle Jesse, welcome. Yay.
Yay.
Jesse, welcome to the podcast. I know you had some technical difficulties. A monkey took your fucking laptop and threw it off across St. Hubert's Island Bridge. That's why the helicopters landed there last night. Is everything okay now? You're firing all cylinders?
I'm firing, that's for sure. Not in a fucking good way. But, hey, whatever. Fuck this laptop. Fucking cunt.
He's in a good mood, boys and girls. We're looking forward to having your company for this podcast. So here's where it is. Jesse, my friend, how are you going actually? Apart from the shit, you doing all right?
I was going all right until all that shit happened.
I can imagine.
Then, yeah, now I'm just fucking annoyed. But yeah, I'm all right, bro. I'm all right.
You're all right? Beautiful.
What have I missed?
So all we've done is just the intro, saying hello to people. And what we are going to do is, I'll tell you what, boys, I'm feeling real tired and sick. I've had a bad week. Last 2 weeks I've been really ill. And I decided I'm going to flip the script just a little bit here. Just a little bit. Jackson, I want you to run the podcast this evening and enjoy it. So,
did you know about this? Did you tell him about it? Oh,
just before you fucking got on. That's why. That's fucking fucked. It's like, fuck, you're not getting on. I'm thinking, here we go. So he knows that's okay. So I thought we'll just fucking do it while we're all here and have a giggle. So Jackson, all yours, son. You lead. Harry Krishna,
Right.
It's all you, son.
So I'll go straight into gaming here. So last week, you'll remember I spoke to you about a couple of games that Drago's coming out with. So, for example, on the simulator line. So I mentioned that it was gas station sim, motel sim, and diner sim. They've come out with another
Yeah.
one that is coming out, which is food truck simulator. And there's
Oh,
also
for
been
fuck's
word.
sake.
They've also been word with gas station sim. They're going to put an update in, which will fix a few things and also a few features that will make things a bit easier. So, for example, when you've got it open, you've got the for those who haven't played it, you're basically looking after a gas station. You've got the map, I suppose, of the entire map that you're on. You start off with, I think, 4 parking lots. Then you've got a gas station with a shop. You've got then up to, I think, three Bowsers. Then you've got also
Mhm.
2 workshop. Starting off with 1 workshop, working to 2. You've got a car wash, and then you've got your warehouse at the back. So they're
Ah.
putting in a feature which will allow you to individually close particular areas. So that means that if you're, for example, getting absolutely railroaded and you've got customers here, there, and everywhere, and you're trying to be everywhere at once, you can
You're
actually
used to getting
close off
railroaded, aren't you,
individual.
Jacko?
Shut up, you. Getting
You get
you can
railroaded
actually
every
close
fucking Friday, Saturday night.
so they're talking about how you can actually close particular things. So you can close particular Bowsers. You can close, either one workshop or both, the car wash, whatever, just to make things a bit easier
Yeah.
for you. It does also mean you'll lose the revenue from those areas, but at least it'll make it a bit easier for you. And if you're wanting to do maintenance on, say, the car wash, for example, and you don't want cars coming in while you're trying to fix it, because obviously you can't fix it when there are cars in there, closing it would be, is quite handy. But they've
Mhm.
also talked about wanting to do a bit of a sort of a mesh of gas station sim and food truck sim. So to be able to have an update in gas station simulator to have a
Oh
food
man.
truck on site that you also manage. So I thought that was a bit
Okay.
interesting.
This
They
is
announced
fucking
that.
MCU or something.
This is yeah,
Fucking
this
Marvel
is getting
Cinema.
too
Yeah,
this is
fuck.
getting too silly.
Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3, Phase 4.
That's it.
Yeah, so I'll be
Bruh.
interested to see how that goes because I play gas station sim quite a lot, and quite enjoy the game. It's brilliant, and I can't wait for it to come out on Xbox because I know Taylor would love it and he would do
I would.
streams and stuff on it. So it'd be interesting sort of to see how this match goes, and I'll be happy to as soon as it comes out because it hasn't got I think it's the 10th of September off memory.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, not too far away. That's for the new update. So we'll see how it goes. And I'll certainly be able to, let you guys know how it is, whether they've, implemented it well or if they've done it shit. It remains to be seen.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. What else is there?
So that was the 3 game. I mean, I had a little bit more. They've opened a little bit more gameplay video for the other ones I mentioned last week. So for Motel Sim and for Diner Sim. I've watched the
Yeah.
Motel Sim one. I haven't had a chance to watch the Diner Sim one yet,
Haven't
but
had
I
a
certainly
chance.
will. Yeah,
Yeah.
haven't had the chance yet,
Haven't had a
but I certainly
chance.
will.
Yeah. Good. That's good. So Call of Duty came out and with their with some extra spicy GOS details. If you pre-order the game, you get to be able to play the fucking campaign a week early, which I don't know about yourself, Jesse. I think it's a pretty average kind of move, logically, because it means that people are going to smash out. Oh, no, I've actually just thought about it on the spot there like a fucking retard that I am. If they did bring out the campaign, it just gives people an extra week to flog it out so they can focus on their money revenue for the multiplayer because Warzone apparently is not dropping until mid-November. Warzone, 2. So
Yeah.
they've got multiplayer to come still. I think I'm still very keen for it. I'm probably am going to pre-order. Um, not anytime soon, but I'll play the beta to make sure that I'm happy with it, and then I'll pre-order it from there.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's what you're doing.
I'm not gonna make any decisions on if I'm definitely gonna purchase it until I play the beta. Because if you pre-order it, you get the early access to the beta as well. But I can't be fucked because it's an open beta after that for a couple of days anyway. So I
That's
might as
it.
well just play that for a couple of days, see how it is. With the campaign shit, I actually don't mind the fact that they're releasing it early. I guess it gives some people a bit of a more of a fucking inkling to buy it, I guess. And some people really like the campaigns, and if they can pre-order it, their pre-order sales might go up for the people who really like the campaign. Like,
Yeah.
but you can tell they're reaching at this point.
Then that's the ultimate thing. You can tell they're definitely fucking reaching. I'm keen. Don't get me wrong. I'm very fucking keen. I love a good campaign. I'm a slut for a campaign. It needs to be a stronger campaign. The last 2 years, 3 years have been very average, below average kind of quality that we've seen. So I'm hoping it's going to be an improvement. But again, remains to be seen. So we'll see how that goes. This Friday though, in the world of Uncle Taylor's gaming and shit, this Friday, it's a bit of a shit situation for me. I'm seeing Kiss on Friday night. I thought it was last Friday gone by. No, it's actually this Friday night. So I'm fucking hanging out like a fucking turd that just won't come out of your bunghole to fucking go see them. The other problem I've got is and people who know me, I love my manager mode for FIFA, NFL, hockey, the whole entire shit. Formula One have their own officially licensed game coming out in a management simulation, and it comes out this Friday. It's been years in the making. For context, Football Manager, which is soccer, Rugby League Manager, I played all on the Mac, on the Windows machine. In particular, Motorsport Manager, which was like a boneless Formula One tier kind of thing. I pumped, I think, 1,300 hours into that alone, on top of the Football Managers and all that shit. The last one that's come out, I've pumped it hard. So I love the fuck out of these games. So what I'm hoping for is it comes out midnight Friday, and I'm going to get up nice and early Friday morning, do all my fucking podcasting, all my shopping groceries. I'm going to fucking jam it with a fucking 30-inch. I can't wait. This shit, it's made by the same company as Frontier Gaming, so I'm not sure, Jesse, at least in your head, but me and Jacko have played Planet Coaster, and it's the same company who make it, but they've actually gone down the road of being authentic. So I'm very keen for that. That's another big thing I'm really hanging on for this week. Saints Row comes out, I think, this week or next week. Did you know that, Jesse?
What?
Saints Row. The rebranding of Saints Row. I think it's this week. Actually, it's 23rd, Tuesday. 23rd for hang on. Yeah.
What audio working?
Saints Row, the new Saints Row game.
Oh, audio working?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Oh, I was about to say, because I fucking can't see anything popping up on my thing. Sorry.
No, it's working.
It's I fucking
Tuesday.
I did not know that. I did not know that. What is it?
The new Saints Row game. They've done like a fucking restart of it.
What?
Yeah, bro.
I have to look into that. That's yeah. That makes
Online co-op.
Hold on a sec. That makes
it's in the Wild West.
Fuck off, can.
Now, when I say Wild West,
look at this. No, sorry, I'm just getting a mini erection right now.
Well, you like it?
Yeah, I fucking love Saints Row, bro. Anything if it's a new Saints Row, I don't give a fuck. I'm all over it. Oh yeah, yeah, I'll fucking have a go as long as it isn't. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
have a crack. That comes out, so that looks. Look, I'm really on the fence about it. All I'm really keen for is at the end of the month, we've got Destroy All Humans 2 reprobed, and I'm fucking keen on that. I'm very fucking keen. It's in the 60s. Yeah. Oh, right. So I'm keen for that. That looks very fucking good. So I'm keen to talk more about that towards the end of next week. For Jackson, little choo-choo, honk, honk. Train Simulator Train Sim World 3 is coming out on the 2nd. And we will have more information. Well, I'll make sure Jackson has it. Just be careful, Jackson. There's an epilepsy warning with the lights, so just make sure you don't fucking fizzle out.
That was fucking perfect. I need to get a close up screenshot of all that shit. That was
yeah.
But I'm gonna reverse it though. It looked like you're copying a load on your chin.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I fucking just spat everywhere. That was not good. And that's about it for me. For me, oh my God, Dan Fernandez, you listen to the podcast because you're the one who gave me the tip about the audio. Oh my God, there you go.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
And if he doesn't fucking listen to it, I'll be very upset. Desi. Okay, host, is there anything else you want to talk about? Also, that's one thing. I want this live on the podcast. If I can interject again, host, and this is for the boys. Jackson told us very nicely that he doesn't watch sports. And I said, yes, I know that. That's very clear. The new place that this young man is moving into overlooks a certain stadium.
No.
Now, Jesse, you need to hear this. This is the
No.
best thing since sliced bread. Jackson,
Yes.
can you repeat what you told me earlier? Our host, what did you repeat to me earlier about sports?
So I said that I don't like watching it particularly on TV. If I had to choose to watch a sport, I much prefer to be there and actually be seeing it live. Like being at the stadium or being at the racetrack or being there. And so the place I'm moving to now actually overlooks Central Coast Stadium, and beyond that, of course, is a good view of Brisbane Water.
We don't care about that. We care about the sport.
I'm getting to there. Calm your tits.
What's the street address, Jackson? Anyway, go on.
No. But yeah, when I was there for the open house, I think it was the Mariners were practicing there because there were a whole bunch of people wearing yellow, doing certain drills and things. So I think it was the Mariners, but it looked like it was like the women's team or something, I think. But it was like it didn't look like it was the actual players, but I don't know.
Yeah. And get to the good part, Jackson.
The good part.
What did you say?
So I said I prefer to watch it live.
So here's what the thing is, and this is an Uncle Taylor fucking exclusive, because we're going to have a small break between December, January, February, of course, and we'll come back in March. So that's the big time when the Mariners play all their home games, right? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to keep a very active tally of how many games Jackson watches live from his house, considering the fucking vantage point he's got.
0.
He has walked the door. He's opened the door, and I've walked right in. So I'm gonna keep a tally. So Jacko, I expect my boy, my love child, to hear Tay, I've just watched this entire game. This is what happened. It's like, yeah, bro, fuck, absolutely. I'll be there. I'll fucking watch some games with you. No problems. I'll come after work.
Bring the boys over.
You guys are always welcome. So yeah, once we're settled in, you guys come in whenever you want.
Fucking A. I will be there and I'll be watching it. I'll have you. You know what? I will put this as an Uncle Taylor exclusive again. I will even have your defrosted fucking tuna bake and your fucking defrosted ham and cheese sandwiches. If it means that you watch more than 10 games while you have a perfect opportunity to, I will have.
He'll have a cold sausage. He'll have a fucking cold snack.
I will have 2 cold sausages mashed together in a blender and drink it. If it means you watch 10 of them. And we will put it live on the podcast at your house so I don't throw up in my bedroom. But we will do it.
All right. Sounds good, yeah, because you guys are always welcome. So, yeah, it's a bit like the vantage point. It's a bit like you're sitting on the roof of the stadium looking in. So it's pretty good. Yes. It's a pretty good view.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. So good. You'll be perving all the fucking people on the train too.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't look too much at the train line, so I don't know if I can actually see the trains, but I'll just deviate slightly. I know we had Q&A a couple of weeks ago, but have we had any questions sent through to either of you boys?
The only questions I've got is, why haven't I not lost any more weight? And I just cried when I heard it, so that's about it.
Yeah, I've got none.
It's bad. No, I've got nothing this week, mate. Here's the only feedback I get is just, why doesn't Jackson talk? Well,
I'm talking a fair bit this one. So the The first one says, I'm all for banter, but what would you say to people who deliberately bully people too far, either online or in person?
Well,
Huh?
get off your fucking computer. That's the first thing I'd say. If they're in person, just avoid them like the plague. Simple. That's it. Done.
Can you
No.
repeat the question? Because I didn't really get the context of
Yep.
that.
The question I have is, I'm all for banter, but what would you say to people who deliberately bully people too far, either online or in person?
So, what would you say to them in person, or what would you say to someone who does that online or in person? Is that
What would you do to someone who
either way?
does that online or in person?
Uh, I'd tell them to fucking stop. I'd say stop. I don't like that, and then I'd tell them to go fuck themselves, and that's about it. And then if they keep going, then I don't know, fucking bully them back. Like this, that's just fucking give that same energy back. If someone's not fucking nice to you, even in your adult life or whatever, fucking school, whatever, if someone doesn't give you the respect, and if you know it's not satire, it's not a joke, it's not sarcasm, or it's not banter or anything like that, if it's fucking dead set, they're being a prick, then you give them that same energy back, right? That's just how it is.
Jackson, did you ask yourself this question to ask me why I'm bullying you?
No. No, it didn't.
What is he fucking bullying me all the time?
No, I received two questions and neither of them were from me. So from both
what
from
would I
people.
say? Well, look, here's the reality, right? Well documented. I got teased a lot in high school, and and that's sweet. Some of it was my own doing, some of it wasn't, and that's fine. Well, not in high school, in school in general. So, so I know where people are coming from, feeling a certain way they are. It's a hard world. I agree. Like just say them like, hey, stop. It's no point. You don't need to bully me. You don't need to, if it makes you feel better. The way I adapted to the bullying and then how it all got stopped is by throwing it back at them and just being quicker on my feet. If I can't be quick on my feet in a running race, I can be quick on my feet mentally and just ridicule them, heckle them back. And eventually it shuts them up. Eventually, they take the hint, the hypothetical hint. And that's fine too. In my eyes, that's fine. There's no point going to your teachers. There's no point going to your principal. They do fuck all.
Yeah.
Schools do fuck all when it comes to bullying. And, it's very evident that's the case. And they wonder why there's so much young kids with all these mental problems because of situations like this. And them getting ridiculed and the teachers not doing enough to try and sort the problem out. I spent many a day in the deputy principal's office having lunch while the people that made fun of me as a younger boy do whatever they wanted. And that's cool, like on hindsight, yeah, that it shits you. But it is also sometimes, the only way to outsmart them is to give them some lip back. And if they throw a punch, throw it straight back at them. Yeah. Don't be afraid. The worst you'll do in the fight is get a couple scuffs, bit of a small bleed, and you move on. That's the worst of what it is. It's these pack mentality cunts that fucking come in, and if it's 1-on-1, it becomes 4-on-1 very quickly, and they pack assault you, pack bully you, pack mentality shit. So that's the shit I don't like. But that's what I would do, Jacko. What would you do? I mean, you bashed 3 kids, so what would you do?
Oh my god. Well, I mean, I was bullied most of my childhood, like all through school, basically, like all sorts of reasons. Like, and I know you mentioned before, Tay, that you did as well. And I can 100% agree with what you were saying. Like, going to teachers and principals and things don't help. Like, I know recently schools have sort of gotten a bit more, more zero tolerance on bullying and have actually been doing something about it. But it's only been in the last 2-3 years that I've been hearing of people actually being suspended or expelled for bullying first attempt. Like, it's been like they've been cracking down on it. But what I would say to someone who's going through that situation would be, 9 times out of 10, that bully is looking for a reaction. That bully is looking for that reaction they crave for, like you to react. Sometimes, and not all the time, but sometimes you can get away with just not reacting, and they will eventually, they'll figure, oh, okay, I'm not getting the reaction I was after. I'm going to move to someone else. But it doesn't always work. Some people just find someone and go instantly to that person. And, there's sometimes not a lot you could do. I would, never turn around and say, turn around and belt them one, but like you can stand up for yourself without getting to that point. I mean, if worse comes to worse, go for your life if that's what you want to do. But if you want to clock someone over the head, go for it. But we didn't recommend it. But yeah, there's so many things you can do, but just
You
the
don't
worst
recommend
thing
it.
you can the worst thing you can do is stay silent. Let your friends know, let your family know, people close to you is what I would say. It's for someone suffering it. Now,
Yeah.
we've only got less than a minute left.
Now,
So
with that said, we're
we'll
just about to run over our little schedule here, so I'm just going to interrupt Jackson like he did to me last week, and he can go fuck himself. We're going to come back very quickly into the next episode of the podcast. Thank you. We'll see you right back in a second. Thank you very much. Oh my god! So, welcome back. Part 2 of the most cooked podcast that we have. Jackson is our host. So, Jackson, continue with your questions.
So the second and only other one I've got is if we were to take a look in either your Steam wish list or your wish list for games on Xbox or PlayStation or wherever you do, what would we find?
A whole lot of sadness, really, because there's nothing coming out that I'm overly keen for, apart from F1 Manager this week, which I'm buying. But I don't have a wish list thing. I feel like sometimes I'm this reverse cuck Ariana Grande. I'm just like, I see it, I like it, I want it, I buy it, and then I fight with the missus afterwards because I've bought it. So, like, for me, it's like, bruv. So, honestly, sorry to the person who asked the second question. Good question, but not for me. Shapoopy. Okay, next.
On Jesse. And now he's frozen. All right. Well, while he's sorting himself out, I will answer. So for me, some of them I've already spoken about. So there are 5 currently on my wish list at the moment, which is the DLC for gas station sim called Shady Deals, which sort of adds a club to it as well, and some bikies and things like that for a bit of extra fun. Motel sim, road diner sim, car mechanic sim, and also Airport Contraband, which is a new one coming out, which basically is a bit like when I was watching the gameplay for it. It was a bit like watching Border Security. So pretty much you're going in there, you're finding all sorts of things. Like you're essentially on the show Border Security. Like you're one of the officers checking for contraband and using the X-ray scanners and body scanning people and things like that, checking everything. So I thought it was interesting, and I thought, well, it might be good for a review for the podcast. So I've popped that in there. So Road Diner literally just gave us an update regarding their release dates. So Road Diner in the last couple of minutes have announced a rough release date of 2023. But the Motel Sim and Airport Contraband are still TBA at the moment, but we will find out. I'll find out, and as soon as I find out, I'll let you guys know. Because once they come out, I'll be playing them and then giving a little review on them.
Nice. That sounds like fun, Jacko. Sounds like you've got.
You seem to have lost a panel member.
Yeah, Jesse's dead again.
Okay.
He's dead. Dobby is definitely not a free elf in this case. That's okay. We'll give him a couple of minutes, moments to try and get himself back in. If he doesn't get back in, we're going to call the show. Finish it up.
Fair enough. Well, while we're waiting for him, I don't think we did this at the beginning of the podcast, but what happened during the week for us? So, what happened during the week for you?
Not a great deal, man. I worked. and that is it. There's literally nothing else that gets my jimmies ruffled up. Fuck all happened. It was a chill week. A very chill week. Can't complain.
For me, mine's been anything but chill. So
Oh
let's
no.
get in.
So
I've
let's hear it. Let me go grab my tea and biscuits.
So yeah, basically just got the place. Really keen to move into. Been organising, all the like the electricity, the bond, all the fun stuff that comes with moving. And today we started doing some packing. But yeah, we'll be doing more of that as we get a bit closer to the moving day. So we'll probably leave the kitchen and stuff for last. But we got a start on it anyway, which is the main thing. But yeah, other than that, not a lot. We've a couple of videos have gone on to APH question time. I've finished editing those after I edited the podcast, and those are scheduled for delivery tomorrow and Tuesday at 9 a.m. Those, which will be the Environment and Communication Senate committee hearings, which are coming out. And yeah, so I think they'll be worth a watch for those who are politically inclined, but otherwise it may be a little bit boring for other people.
A little bit, he says.
No.
Jackson says a little bit. I love that. But no, it's good. Good stuff, mate. Sounds like everything's coming up Millhouse. I like it a lot. I do like it. Okay. Well, if Jesse cannot get in, he definitely would pass on his best. Very interesting thing, by the way, next week. And this will be an Uncle Taylor's Wild Ride exclusive here for those. This next week, the idea is there's a guy at my work. His name's Nick Rose. And Nick Rose is a up-and-coming musician around the New South Wales and that. Did Australian Institute of Music. Bloke's very chill, and he's got a little bit of clout on TikTok, probably because of myself, not to be arrogant. But I asked him tonight, and we're going to have a chat tomorrow, if he would come on and just do a small interview and perform for us on the Uncle Taylor's Unchained Universe podcast, exclusive to us here.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be lovely. So I'm keen to do that and have a chat.
Do you know what sort of genre he does? Does he? What sort of music does he do?
Light and easy, kind of softy, kind of poppy rock.
Oh, okay, nice.
Is how I'd describe his music and how he does things. Really fucking soft. Really, really good. Like I wonder if he should be on here. Is he on here? So he does covers and shit. So the guy's fucking money.
Very nice.
So I'm going to ask him.
Right.
1 sec, boys.
And that's him. That's him singing, is it? There.
That's him singing. And playing guitar. So the man's man's talented, and honestly, the best part about how here he is.
Hold on 1 sec.
There you go. We got you. So what I was saying is, I'm going to get this friend of ours on next week, Jesse, guy I work with, name's Nick Rose, does a little bit of music, really talented guy, very fucking soft kind of poppy rock. That's probably the best example I can give. And I've asked him tonight if he would come on board next week. So hopefully next week we're going to have an answer and we'll have him on to do a small little interview, talk about how he's going with his music and get him to do a live performance. So it's something I'm really looking forward to. So I'm going to obviously see if he can or not. It's purely his call. Dobby is a free elf, and we'll just see if we can get it somehow. And I was just showing an example of how he sounds. He's covering Tame Impala here. So the man's talented, bro. He's got a good setup as well. So I'm hoping that's what we're going to try and do. So hopefully have an update for you next week. Get him on and listen to the man belt out a song or two. Guy's fucking amazing. And also, Nick, if you're watching, I mean, I'll probably show you this when the podcast comes out. That's all that needs to be said. Sweet. Okay. Well, apart from that, is there anything else, boys, that you would love to leave us with for this evening?
No,
Not really, bro.
No,
No,
all right.
really? No, sweet. Good. Boys, thank you so much for coming on board this evening. Jesse, thank you for putting up with all your tech issues, mate. We really appreciate your.
Oh, don't even get me started.
No.
Fucking get me started.
Hey,
I'm fucking filthy.
It's all
on it.
good. We appreciate your support and getting on, mate, and persevering. So thank you very much for that.
It's all right, mate.
Yeah, of course.
Jacko, thank you, our host.
Of course.
Our host
Thank you.
with the most. Get up and give us a bow, Jacko. Just come on, give us a bow. Well done.
Thank you very much.
do it.
Hopefully
Do it.
hopefully we don't have the same tech diff issues we had with the audio for the podcast too.
It'd be
but
nice. Thank you very much,
I
Jacko, for this
certainly will
evening,
be.
mate. Doing a good job as a host. And I look forward to hearing more about what you do during the week. Until then, boys, thank you very much for this evening. Look after yourselves and each other. Make sure you check out Jacko at APH Question Time if you really want to not have sex with anyone. Please check out Uncle Taylor's Unchained Universe on obviously podcast, but also everything else that we have around on Twitter. Why'd I say Twitter? I don't know why. Twiddly diddly do. I'm a fucking stupid motherfucker.
It's not the
Twitch,
first time you've said Twitter
Facebook,
as well.
YouTube. It's across the sector. We definitely appreciate your support and ongoing support. Have a lovely night or day, depending where you are, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks, guys.
See you later, guys.